Welcome to our 2023 Wildwood 174 BHLE. Starting right in your back bumper back here. If you just kind of reach in, pull that cap out of there. Inside of the back bumper, you're going to find your sewer hose. Take note of those two ears here in the adapter. It's all be hooking it up to your sewer system. And the hose itself, once fully extended, it is about 20 feet long. Just keeping it stored in the bumper back here to help keep any sort of stench out of the unit, keep things a bit fresher. And this cap just presses back into place. In this corner, as well as each corner of the trailer, you're going to find these stabilizer jacks. All they do is they run down, contact the ground, give it another turn or so just to firm it up, and that'll get rid of any sort of bounce or sway that you see on the unit right now. Right in front of that's your sewer system, so that cap there, you're just going to kind of press on that, give it a turn, you can pop it on out of there. You see it's got the same two ears on it that your sewer hose had. It'll attach the same way, where you're just kind of pressing it in and giving it a turn until it locks into place. On the left, you get a gray valve. On the right, you get a black. Black valve is controlling your black tank. Black tank is filtering your toilet. It's, of course, going to be for dirtiest water, so we'll dump that first. Once that's done, you can then come to your gray. Gray tank is going to be filled from your sinks as well as your shower. Typically clean and water. We'll dump that last to help keep that sewer hose as clean as possible. Kind of up from there, we get your short cord. So as you pop this cap open, you're going to find a little notch in the bottom corner there. It's going to line up with this notch here. You're going to press those in together. Little eighth turn is going to lock it into place. Then you get the threaded collar in the back there to properly lock it down. As you follow the cord back, you're going to find a standard 30 amp end. Most campsites will have that for you. You can plug straight on in and you're good to go. We do also provide you with a 15 amp adapter, so if you're looking to plug in at home to charge your batteries or run your fridge, you got the power to do so. Towards the front, you'll get your storage compartment. As you pop that open, little magnetic latch holds it open for you. Inside of here, you're going to find your water hose. Inside of the water hose, you'll find your park adapter. Your 30 amp cord into there, 15 to a standard outlet. Inside of here is also where you're going to find your spare tire, as well as your little jack for running all of your stabilizer jacks. Around to the front of the unit, this black box here is your battery box. As long as you're plugged into that short cord in the back or your 7-pin to your tow vehicle, that battery will be charging for you. Under this covers your propane tank, so if you just kind of reach in up the side, there's your little valve there. You're just going to turn that to open it up. It's just your standard 20-pound propane tank. Standard tongue jack up front, one way's up, other way's down. On this side of the unit here, you're going to find your freshwater inlet. So this cap just unthreads, pop it out of there. Your water hose will stick into there, turn on the water, and that fills up your freshwater tank. Right under the unit, we get your freshwater tank drain. You just get that little plug there. You just unthread that, allows the tank to drain itself out. To your fire protected outlet, resets just inside the unit. Hot water tank here, you're just going to line up that keyway, then we can pop it on open. All your controls for turning it on are just inside the unit. Before turning it on, though, we just want to hit this relief valve right there. You should get that shot of water coming out. If you're not getting any water coming out of there, there is a chance that it's empty and you do run the risk of burning it out. So you do just want to make sure that it's filled up before you fire it up. Once you're done, just locking it back down with the keyway. Flow point drains here, basically just going to be unthreading those caps. Allows the water system to drain itself out. So before winterizing the unit, you just want to open those up before draining out the water. Then in the back of the unit, right in the center here, you get your city water inlet. Pop that cap out and your water hose will plug into there, turn on the water, and that'll pressurize the lines throughout the unit. Straight up from there, you're going to find a pre-wired mount for a rear view or observation camera. And then on the side there, you also have that pre-installed mount for an on-the-go ladder. Now making our way inside of the unit, your door just opens up here. Do take note that when you have it wide open, it does contact your awning arm. So if you're going to be running your awning, you want to make sure your door is about 90 degrees or so. For your steps, you're just going to grab that bottom one, pull it straight up and out. And flip that last step over. You can step inside. First things first, right on the right there, you get your fire extinguisher. That's standard. Pull the pin, point, and shoot. Over on this side here, you get your LP detector. Propane's heavier than air, sits on the floor. This guy detects it and starts going off just like a smoke detector would. Straight up from there, you get your light switches. The one on the right here is actually blank. It's not hooked up to anything, so don't worry about that one. Center right there, you get that one light switch which does your entry light. The rest of the lights throughout the unit are just on their own center push buttons here. Water heater switch is in the center left there. You turn that switch on, you get that little red light up there letting you know the ignition sequence will start. Once that sequence is started, that light will go out. It's going to try that 3 times. If after the third try it hasn't fired up, that light's going to come on and stay on. At that point, you'll just turn this off and back on to reset it. Alright, so you can hear that going now. On the left side, you get your water pump. Turn that switch on, turns on your water pump, drawing out of your fresh tank to pressurize your lines. Your awning switch is right down in the bottom here. You can press and hold the top of that and your awning will make its way out. Again, just make sure that your door is about 90 degrees or less. Once that awning's fully extended, we're going to see a little black flap come down as well as the black of the metal tube. I don't know if we'll have room to quite make it all the way out today, but you kind of get the idea of it here. All right, so that's kind of your flap there just starting. You'd go a little bit more and then you'd see the tube. If you had it fully extended, and if it were to start raining, it's going to hold some water, of course. So what you can do is just pull this arm in, tighten this knob down, and that changes the pitch of the awning out at the head, allowing water to then run off. Now, if you like that angle better, because it does give you more shade, you can do the same thing with the arm up front. Before you bring them back in, though, you just want to make sure that these knobs are loosened back off with your arms fully extended, just so that you're not running the risk of bending your arms. Then you can press and hold retract, and the awning will make its way back in. It's just the bottom of the arm, or the button here. So you just want to make sure that your fabric stays over top of the tube, and as it's coming in, just kind of watch that. Also keep in mind it does catch a lot of wind, so once you get up to about 15-20 kilometers an hour wind, you want to bring it back in again, just so you're not running the risk of bending your arms. Across the top here, you got your monitor systems. So on the left there, you have battery. You can see we're currently C for charging. G would be good, F is spare, L is low. Your fresh tank, as you fill that up, will go to a third, 2/3 and full. Same idea for your black and your gray tanks. Across the front of the unit, you got a TV backer in here, so power outlet there for it, as well as your cable and satellite outlet. A little bit of closet space there. Power outlet down there as well. Fold out table, just kind of place that where you like it. And I believe if we pick up the bed here, you get access to a little storage compartment. Right. Blinds throughout the unit, just kind of sit where you leave them. Right. Emergency exit here, you're pulling that red tab to get rid of the screen. Take this handle here, throw it outside, hop on out. This is kind of your dining area, so you just have the little sit-up cushions there, some storage up above them. In the kitchen, you get your storage up top. Inside of here, you're going to find that binder. That binder's got any of your owner's manuals, any remotes, any keys you find right in there. GFI protected outlet, test on the left, reset in the center. So if you ever have outlets that don't work, it's the first thing you should check. For the stove, you just got the bifold cover that flips on open. You take the knob, press it in over to high, automatic igniter, gets them going right away for you. Once you're done, just turning them off, letting it cool down, and then closing it back off. Little button on the side there just illuminates the knobs, kind of a night light. Get your drawer space underneath it. If you're looking to access your water pump once it comes time to winterize the unit, there's just two little ears there. The one on the left goes up, the one on the right goes down. You can pull this drawer out and get access to your water pump. Converter right down below that, you're going to press the top and center to pop it on open. You get all of your breakers on the top here. Whenever breaker breaks, it sits in the center, so just turn it off and then back on to reset it. All of your fuses are on the right side here. Whenever a fuse pops, you'll get a little red LED right beside it, letting you know exactly which one went. The unit does not have a furnace, but you do get the fireplace here. So the power button's on the right side. Center right, you have that kind of back flame color. In the center, you have the bottom illumination. Center left is your heat. You have low and high there. And then on the far left, you have your timer of 30 minutes up to 9 hours. Power button on the right there turns it back off. Fridge here, pretty straightforward. Get your control right across the top there. Up above it, you're going to find your smoke detector. Then on the wall right beside that, you get your thermostat. So like I said, we don't have a furnace here, so you don't have that heat function there. Power button's going to turn it on. And then you can choose just your fan speed here on the side, or in the center, sorry. And on the side, your temperature selection. Power button again just turns it back off. Bunk space, pretty straightforward, wide open. Underneath it, same idea, you just get that center push button light. And then into the bathroom, same sort of push button light. The toilet here just flips on open. You get your flusher on the right side there. And then in the shower, standard head and hose, hot and cold water course. Straight up above that, you get your roof vent. You just turn that knob to open it up. Backside, you get the button that turns on the fan. So that's about it for this little guy. If you've got any other questions on the unit, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.